Hello everyone, since I'm on a big Overwatch kick ever since the Black Ops 6 beta closed, I'm going to do an Overwatch hero tier list. Now, when I did my Brawlhalla weapon tier list, I explicitly mentioned that this was a gold player tier list, because that's what rank I was. And everybody was flaming me because, golds don't have the best opinions on weapons. I was going from a gold player's experience. I'm going to make this abundantly clear. This is from my experience as a gold player, a gold 1 player. I do think my actual skill level, because I just started playing this game not even a month ago. I did watch gameplay of it, but not even about a month ago, and I have about 50 hours in Overwatch right now, okay? This is from my experience. Also, I'm sorry that the mic is constantly going in and out. I'm trying, my mic arm got hit. I'm gonna try to fix it. But yes, this is from my experience of 50 hours playing. I'm gold 1. I think my actual skill level is about mid-plat, but I just haven't played enough ranked to get there. I've played 13 or 14 games. And this is open queue, not roll queue. We are going to be going over each character, and we are going to be ranking them. Obviously, we're starting with tanks, then DPS, then healers. As you can see, this is up to date with Juno. And yes, I will be explaining why I think each character is in this tier and what the different tiers mean. And we're going to be going. Alright, so first I'll explain what the different tiers mean. S is the meta characters. These are the best of the best characters. There is no question about it. A will be the really good characters that just fall short of being meta, because there's a couple characters right now which are very unfair, in my opinion. B will be the good characters that don't need any changes, perfectly fine the way they are. C will be characters that are in need of some minor tweaking to make them acceptable to play regularly. D will be characters that need major reworks to fit with the current meta. And yeah, I don't think there's any characters that are actually bad, unusable. There are just characters that need some changes, in my opinion, to fit. But alright, we're going to be starting. Now, we're starting with the absolute powerhouse of D.Va. D.Va is by far the most broken character in the game right now. Matrix needs some serious changes right now to make it fair, and the D.Va and any kind of speed boost combo with her jets, her when she flies, also needs some changes. And they need to tweak with, I think personally they need to tweak with the D.Va's ultimate a bit. I swear to God, it'll show you the kill radius for the ultimate. You will be outside of it, and you still die. They definitely need to tweak with the range a bit. I think the biggest changes that need to be done with her is adding a timer between Matrix uses, so it can't just be Matrix on, Matrix off, Matrix on, Matrix off. I was fighting Camden earlier, and he plays a D.Va when he plays tank, and we were doing 1v1s where I was Cassidy and he was playing tank, so I get better at killing tanks. Every single round as D.Va, I could barely kill his mech, if I even got to kill it. It's just, there needs to be some kind of delay between her activating Matrix and then the cooldown. Like Sigma, where he can absorb the damage and turn it to health, it needs some cooldown like that, where it's even a 5 or 10 second cooldown, so she gets punished if she uses Matrix at the wrong time. But alright, we're going to be moving to Doomfist next. I think Doomfist is good the way he is. I don't think he's really overpowered. I don't think he needs any nerfs. He's pretty goddamn balanced. I think he's one of the most balanced tanks in the game right now. He doesn't really, obviously he's a close range tank, and he doesn't really do the traditional tank role. He kind of just, he's really beefy and does a decent amount of damage, and he has a lot of mobility. But I think he's good. I think he's still relatively easy to kill if they don't know how to play him properly. Me and Camden had a Doomfist in a game that he uploaded today on his channel. Or yesterday, sorry, on his channel. I'm scheduling this for the 15th. Sorry, no, it would be today. It's past midnight. but he uploaded it yesterday. I'm scheduling it for the 14th, which is today. But yeah. The Doomfist was really good, all things considered. He did pretty good, but he was still really easy to kill if he didn't time anything right. But alright, we're gonna be moving on. Junker Queen? I don't normally struggle against Junker Queen unless if there is a healer glued to her. Like, actually glued to her. And I honestly think this is a crazy thing, in my opinion. I honestly think that she does need some changes in a, like, she's kind of bad way. Like, I don't know what it is, but 9 times out of 10, unless if I get pulled in by her knife, I just find her way too easy to fight. I rarely struggle to kill a Junker Queen, and I have been seeing some of the higher level players that I watch, Jesus, say that they don't really find her the best right now, which I can definitely agree with. She just doesn't seem very good in the current meta with the super speedy characters when she doesn't have anything to increase her speed. Like, D.Va has her jets, Doomfist can charge up his, like, I don't know what you want to call it, but, like, he can charge up and, like, fly forward, I guess. I don't really know what you want to call it. Remetra, when he goes into his mech mode, moves pretty fast. Reinhardt has his dash ability. Winston can jump around. Wrecking Ball fly, like, hooks onto things and flies everywhere. She's just really awkward to play around. Or play with, I should say, and she needs some minor tweaks, in my opinion, just to push her at least into B tier, so where she's good. But yeah. Jesus. I'm taking a sip of water and I splash water in my face. Love that, right? Next up is Magua. Magua is really good, in my opinion. He is like if they don't have a D.Va, a Genji, someone like that, Magua is a really good pick for tank because he lights people on fire, and his one ability where him and anybody around him get health when they do damage, or whatever it is really good. And I think he's just I used to think he was the most annoying tank in the game when I first started playing. I found it really hard to play around him. But the more I play against him, the more I find that he's pretty balanced. Like, the only annoying thing in his kit, in my opinion, is his ultimate, because it has a shield. But it also makes sense. If there wasn't a shield, his ultimate would be completely useless. So I think he's really balanced the way he is. If somebody knows how to play him, just like Doomfist, they can be really good. But if they don't really know how to play him, I find him one of the easiest tanks in the game to just shred. But that's not saying that he's bad. It's just new players don't know how to play the characters. Just like I don't know how to play Roadhog. I don't know how to play Zenyatta. I don't know how to play Juno, really. It's nothing against them. Now, Orisa. Oh, I have a bone to pick with Orisa. Every goddamn time that I play Cassidy, I swear to God the Orisas will just always spear me. They always manage to find me, spear me, pin me down with the spear, and then I just die. She is really good in my opinion. People do not give her enough credit. When she goes into her, like, golden mode, where she gets all the extra armor, oh my, or all the extra health, ridiculous. And the fact that her spear can completely block any damage when she's doing the spin, and she does a lot of damage, and she can stun people, and her ultimate is really good. Honestly, I think one of the few hard counters to her ultimate is somebody like Zenyatta or Juno, who makes people invincible, or practically invincible. But yeah, that's just my experience. I think she's really good. I think she might need some minor nerfs. Just some very, very minor nerfs. I think her spear speed, like the speed in which it travels after it's thrown, and just the range on it, need to be nerfed just ever so slightly, and I think she'll be so really good, but she doesn't really feel like she can just pin you 24/7. Remetra, A tier, easy A tier. Because of the armor bug right now, this is pre-mid-season patch, alright? armor is bugged, it takes 50% reduced damage, and when he goes into his suit, he is unkillable if you're by yourself. Like, he just tanks everything, which I know he's supposed to, but it's only supposed to reduce 10% of damage taken instead of 50. So as a Cassidy player, my bullets do what, like 50 damage? And normally I have to fight him from range, because at close range, I'm not gonna out DPS him. I'm hitting him for like 10 to 20 damage, max. And then dinks obviously do like 40, 50. It is brutal to fight him right now. Like, absolutely brutal. And everyone I see just talks about how brutal it is to fight him, because he does a lot of damage. His armor is bugged. His shield, in my opinion, can either be really good or really bad. And his like little grenade that he throws is also really good to just annoy people and screw over your healing. But yeah, it like completely negates, say, Moira's healing orb. If he just throws that on you, Moira's healing orb is completely useless at that point, because you basically take and heal the same amount of damage. Now Reinhardt, love Reinhardt to death. I don't know if he's the best right now, honestly. Like, he's good. I love playing Reinhardt. He is my second favorite tank to play. But I don't know, you know? I want to say he's balanced, but I swear to God, his dash ability just doesn't hit right. Like, there are times where somebody will be directly in front of me, I will use the dash, and they just bounce off of me. Like, they don't get grabbed by it. So I'm saying, like, as a character, he's fine right now, but they need to tweak that ability, so that way if somebody is directly in front of you, you use your dash, you go into them, and they don't bounce off of you. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I grab them and sometimes I don't. It could be the same spot, same range, and it's just like a 50-50 chance on if I grab them or if they bounce off and immediately kill me, because they can just shred me because I have to fully turn around to block them. But next up is Roadhog. I think he's pretty balanced right now. If you don't know how to play him, his pig pen is completely useless. But if you know how to use your pig pen, pull someone in, get them stunned in the pig pen, and just absolutely shred their health, great. And the fact that he has the potion that heals him, also really great. He's one of the few tanks right now that doesn't have a shield. Like, I think every tank has some form of a shield except for him, basically. Like, technically Orisa and D.Va don't, and Doomfist doesn't, but like, he doesn't have any kind of damage mitigation, I should say. Like, there's no way for him to get that. Obviously, you know, Magua Mauga? I call him Maga. I don't know how you say his name. Maga? Magua? Mauga? Him. This guy. Twin minigun guy. He needs his ultimate for it, but yeah. I just realized it's gonna be a really goddamn long video. It's already 14 minutes in. But alright, next up, Sigma. I think he's perfectly balanced just the way he is, honestly. He does solid damage. His shield's really good. The fact that he can get health back from his L1 on controller, which is what I play on. I think it's his right click on. No, L1 would be. I don't know which button it is, but you know, the button where he puts out the little like shield in front of him and absorbs any bullet shot at him and turns into health. It makes him really solid, and his ultimate is really good with characters that deal high amounts of damage. So like, one of my favorite things to do is I will pick them up, and then obviously they get slammed down and they're stunned there for like a half a second, and his rock is also really good for that. But any character that can do high damage with their ultimate, like Hanzo or Genji or even Cassidy sometimes, or Reaper, it's really good to just help them get in there and do their ultimate. So I think he's really good in team combos, like I guess character combos. I'm talking like a Brawlhalla player. Wow, it's like I'm a Brawlhalla player. But yeah. Next up, Winston. Every time I fight a Winston, it's either he's the easiest or hardest tank to kill in the game, aside from D.Va. Like, I swear to God, sometimes it feels like he's invincible, and other times he dies in 2 seconds. And the player could be the same skill level as the guy before. Same team, same everything. It's just sometimes he feels really easy to kill, and sometimes he doesn't. What I'm actually gonna do... No, I don't want to do that. I was gonna make a tier for, like, needs reworks. I think I'm gonna put him in A, just because the times that he feels invincible, it is so frustrating to just have him on top of you, get him one tap, him fly away, get fully healed, come back, and you have nothing, because you just used all your abilities to try and kill him as a DPS. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about Winston. He's he doesn't really do much damage. Wrecking Ball, straight in C tier. It is, in my opinion, the easiest tank for me to kill as a Cassidy player. Call me ridiculous. Yes, he flies around, he's going bing, 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 like he's going everywhere. But the second he tries to go into his actual shooting mode, I think he is one of the easiest tanks to just repeatedly headshot, because he doesn't really move that fast. Like, he moves one of the slowest, in my opinion. Like, I don't know what it is about fighting him, but I find him so easy to just rack crits on. And he doesn't have a lot of health he doesn't seem to have a lot of health whenever I fight him, and I don't think he does. It's like 400 or something, which on Cassidy, if I'm semi-close range, that's like 3 or 4 bullets to kill him. But alright, Zarya, beautiful, in my opinion. Like, crazy combo potential with characters like Cassidy that need a second to charge their ultimate. Or like, shielding a Genji, so that way he can get in with his ultimate and do his slashes and like bounce between people each kill. It's brilliant, the combo potential with her, and just the fact that when you start damaging her, she does more damage, and the fact that she can shield herself, her teammate, and her ultimate like throws that thing that pulls people in like the black hole. It's all beautiful. The combo potential is really just fabulous on her. But that's all I can really say about Zarya. Sorry, Zarya. No, Zarya. I keep saying Zarya. It's just like Magua. No, Mauga. I say Magua because that's the first thing that I thought it was. But yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Mauga or Maga, something like that. No, Ashe. I think in the right hands she can be really good, but goddamn, that reload nerf did a lot for me whenever I try playing her now. But Bob is really powerful. She's a balanced character that needs some tweaks in the sense that it feels like Bob is too powerful, and then she herself, unless if you have god tier aim, is underperforming. I can't describe it. It's just, if you play Ashe, you kind of know where it feels like sometimes you're doing just nothing on Ashe, but Bob kills 4 people in 5 seconds, and you're like, why can't I do that? Also, we're officially on DPSs. Next up is Bastion. Bastion is really good in my opinion. I find him very annoying to play against because when he goes tank mode, he takes reduced damage, and his grenade has lots of range, which just makes me sad because Cassidy's flash has no range. And like the fact that he can boost himself forward, and his ultimate is so good with characters like Zarya or Sigma or anybody who can just make people stop moving. It can be really good with I'm gonna keep saying Magua. I know that's not his name, I'm just gonna say that from now on. But yeah, he's just a really solid character. Now, Cassidy. I know this is going to sound biased as hell, but I swear to God, he's garbage right now. Like, I watch old Cassidy gameplay, and the range of his stun and the range on his pistol, he could kill people so easily, man. But right now, it just feels like, obviously, I have a pretty good time against most players because most people don't play this game all the time, so they aren't constantly warmed up. And I play tons of Cassidy. Like, my Cassidy's my highest level character. He's the character that I have the most hours on. And he's the character that I just enjoy the most. So I've learned to play around his major weaknesses. But I swear to God, everybody says this. His flash needs a rework. I think it just, honestly, they don't even need to buff the damage. They need to just give it the range that it used to. And make it almost like it blows up when it gets in close proximity of someone. So, like, it can get thrown 15 meters away, but the second that it's within, like, whatever its hit range is, like the 3-meter hit range that it has around it, it just blows up near that person. Because it's so frustrating for somebody to be standing on a balcony that's 5 meters above me, and my flash doesn't make it. It just blows up in front of me. Like, I try and throw it up to stun them so that way my other DPSs or my tank can get up there with taking as few damage as possible or as little damage as possible. And it's just it doesn't do anything. And like, it's so frustrating. Like, Cassidy isn't meant to be played as a mid-range, and his mid-range got nerfed. It got nerfed. He's now a close range character that isn't good at close range compared to characters like Genji, Ashe. Ashe is kind of a mid. Like Genji, Bastion, Junkrat if they play it properly, Mai, Reaper. Like, there are so many other characters that are just flat out better at close range. Or you know what they could do? They don't even need to buff his range. They could just make it so his headshots are more consistent at range, or increase his headshot multiplier by a little bit, or even just his damage, just a touch. Make it so each of his bullets do like 5 more damage. Just so that way it doesn't feel like I'm shooting marshmallows at people who are like 30 meters away from me. Cause like I watch old Overwatch footage of like 4 months ago, so what, season 10, 11? And people are fighting Widowmakers and it takes like 4 shots to kill. I'm fighting a Widowmaker at standard Widowmaker range. I can shoot all 6 of my bullets to the head, and I swear to God I don't get them half dead. I don't want to say I'm biased, I am, but he just feels weak right now. Like, I've learned to play around it, but he just feels horrible right now. But next up is Echo. Echo's pretty good right now. She's not broken, in my opinion, not by any stretch of the imagination. She's just really good. But yeah, there's not much I would change about her. Maybe just shift a few values. But like, nothing that would be particularly bad or broken. I don't know, I don't struggle against her. That's one thing that I like about Cassidy, is that I find shooting characters that fly, like Mercy, Juno, Pharah, and Echo, Junkrat, really easy. Well, Junkrat doesn't really fly, he boosts himself around, but you know what I mean. I find it really easy to hit them, because I have such a high precision weapon. It's a high precision hit scan weapon, which I guess it makes sense that his range got nerfed, but I feel like it got nerfed to an extent that he's kind of garbage. But I can't even describe it without sounding biased. Now Genji, if you saw my last video, I am learning how to play Genji. I find him, honestly, sometimes more fun to play than Cassidy for me. Like, I find his gimmicks really fun, but I just can't ever get quite the right grip on him. But yeah, Genji's really fun. Sorry, that was my phone. Genji's really fun. I don't think he's particularly broken. I don't think he's particularly amazing. I don't really know how to describe him. He's just good. He's he's all reliable in low elo in my opinion. He's like the. Anytime I watch Genji, I feel like he's like the low elo crusher for DPS, and I don't know if that sounds right, but it seems like a lot of people just don't understand the concept of deflection and damage absorption abilities. Jesus Christ. It's like when I play Sigma and I'm playing against a soldier, every time I hear them pop their ult, I immediately jump in front of them and I pop my L1, my damage absorption ability, because nobody has any concept of what those do. So he just feels like he crushes at low elo, where you can get in and get out really easily, where people don't have good aim. But yeah, he's really good. I really enjoy playing him. He's loads of fun when you're doing good on him. Next up is Hanzo. Hanzo is fucking... he's disgusting right now. Like, he's fucking disgusting. Getting one-tapped by a Hanzo is the nastiest thing ever. Noah, obviously you guys know him. He's learning to play Hanzo right now, and he's getting really good on him. And it is so unimaginably frustrating to get hit for over 200 damage like that. Like, obviously Widowmaker does that, but she needs to charge for longer. And like, he's just really good, and his ultimate is really good. It has combo potential, like I said, with Zarya, Sigma, people who just pull people in or stun them. But yeah, Junk needs some changes. I think he's kind of bad right now. His ultimate is good. I think his ultimate's perfect, but he himself just kind of feels garbage. Like, anytime I fight him, I find him to be one of, if not the easiest character on the team to kill, just repeatedly. And like, obviously, since I play Cassidy, bouncing himself around doesn't really work against me because I have really good aim, and I just keep hitting him. But yeah, I don't really find him too difficult. I think I don't even know what to change about him to make him better without making him overpowered. That's the issue. No, Mai needs some goddamn nerfs. Desperately needs some, like, reworks. She freezes you too fast, in my opinion. Like, if she even has half of a second, not even, it can be a quarter of a second, that you aren't instantly able to kill her, you're just dead, because you move too slow. And her iceberg, which fully heals her in like half of a second, is so frustrating. Like, I think the iceberg would be fine if you could break it. So let's say you had to shoot it. Let's say on Cassidy, so I'm doing what, like, I don't know, 50 damage a bullet. I don't know what its exact damage numbers are. If it had 100 health, 150 health, so I could shoot it to break it. So that way she can't just fully heal in front of me, and then I'm dead because I can't fully heal and I have no mobility options. I don't know. There needs to be something like that. Or there's some way for you to stop her from fully healing. But I don't know. Pharah, I think, is balanced. I don't know. She's either really easy or really hard to kill. Like, it really depends on the player. If they don't know how to fly properly on her, easy kill. But if they know how to fly and they know how to abuse her explosives and how they ricochet, it's really annoying, and it's really easy to just trade with her every single time, which is not what you want to see when you're playing someone like Cassidy, who is way slower than her. But yeah, Reaper right now, very balanced. Very balanced. He is obviously my first character. He is my best character. So I do have a little bit of bias here, but I don't think he's that broken. I think that he needed the health buff that he got a while ago, where he went from 250 to 300. And honestly, if you have one person who can consistently hit a Reaper, they'll always win against the Reaper, unless the Reaper is at point blank, because obviously he's shooting a shotgun. He has next to no range. Like, he can hit people from far away, but he's doing a damage a hit. He's doing 1 damage. No, not gonna do much, you know? But yeah. Apart from that, Reaper's fine. His ultimate's really good with people like Zarya. Obviously, His abilities can be very annoying if they're used right. I love teleporting behind a tank. Like, I find tanks so easy to kill on Reaper, which apparently he's supposed to be garbage against tanks, but I don't know. I find tanks way too easy to kill on Reaper. But yeah, next up is Sojourn. Every time I try and play her, like, I see somebody play her and she looks really good, but then I try and play her and she just doesn't hit right. I think it's her ultimate, in my opinion, needs changes, I guess. And like, I don't know, something about her needs some changes. I can't really describe it. It just, she doesn't. I'm saying the same thing about Soldier. They're both pretty equal in my eyes, where they're really good. But if you have a player that's even just one, so let's say I'm gold 3. If I'm fighting a gold 2 player, it feels like they just don't hit right. Like, they're one of those characters where if somebody even has a little tiny, weeny little bit more knowledge than you, completely useless. But alright, we're going on to Sombra next, because I don't have much to say about them. Sombra needs some nerfs, like, major nerfs. Dude, I've played Sombra for 3 games, and all 3 games, I'm, like, lobby stomping. Like, I can clear almost everybody except for the tanks, which she isn't really meant to do. She is so unfair right now with this meta of being, everything is being in and out super fast. It's, her virus got nerfed, but it wasn't enough. And I might be making things up, but I swear to God, earlier today, I had her virus hit me for like 150 damage on contact. It was only me and her. The second I started hearing, like, I revealed her, so I rolled right as soon as she was trying to hack me. So she missed basically all of her bullets. She got the hack off. She hits me with her virus while and then she starts reloading. I take 150 damage, like I'm playing Cassidy, and then she just insta-kills me. And I'm like, like, what am I supposed to do there? It just feels like everything about her is too strong right now. I think that the biggest, and we have heard this, her invisibility is getting a rework. I think that is a must. I think that if you are too close to anyone, you should be revealed, first of all. And second of all, she shouldn't be able to go re-invisible in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It should take like 4 or 5. So if they mess up their flank and they mess up hacking you properly, you can kill them. But the amount of times that I will get a goddamn Sombra 1, they use their little teleportation orb and just disappear after they teleport. Because they'll teleport up, I'll go to track them, and they're already gone. What am I supposed to do? What are you supposed to do against that? Unless you know the exact pathing that they're going to take, you have no goddamn clue. Like, there are some times that I predict which way she's going to go, I get the hit. But you can't do that every time. There needs to be a way that if they mess up, they don't get an easy out. They need to actually play around their screw up. But next up is Symmetra. She is so powerful. I hear everybody slandering her. She is so powerful. Her turrets are so goddamn annoying. They do so much damage. And her teleporter has a lot of health. I will go to destroy it, and it takes like 8 bullets to break. It's so annoying. She doesn't do a lot of damage. It's her turrets that do too much damage. They need some nerfs. They need if you even have a turret on you, I swear to God, it feels like it's doing 100 damage a second. Like, as a Reinhardt, turrets are your bane. As any tank, turrets are your bane, because any close range tank can't kill them. And like, when Noah plays Reinhardt, I try to help him whenever there's a Symmetra or a Sombra, but it's hard to do that with this meta of just in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Just, they're fighting you 1 second, they're gone the next, and you don't even know where they go. But alright, next up is Torb. Torb is good, balanced. His turret's good, but unlike Symmetra, he can only place 1. And it doesn't feel like the turrets are hitting me from around the corner. I think there needs to be some rules about where her turrets can be placed. Because, like, obviously, Torbjorn can't put his turret on a wall. in a corner behind something that is invisible in because of how tiny it is. But yeah, Torb's pretty balanced. Next up is Tracer. Tracer's so goddamn annoying to fight. Like, so annoying because of all the dashes that she gets. I tell everyone this, I'm going to be telling you guys this. Her dashes need a longer timer to recharge. 2 seconds is way too fast for her to get a new charge back. Because one clip from her pistols, SMGs, whatever they are, she gets like 2 dashes back. And it's pretty hard to kill a Tracer when they teleport in front of you, hit you with 20 of their bullets, teleport behind you, hit you with 20 more, teleport in front of you, reload, shoot their bullets, teleport behind you again, shoot their bullets, rewind time, they're in front of you now, they're shooting you. Like, it's impossible to track that. Like, the only time that I kill a Tracer is when they don't know that they can teleport every 2 seconds. Literally. Wait, alright. Next up is Venture. I think she's kind of garbage. Like, unless you're right next to her, she can't do anything. Like, yes, going underground is really annoying. But also, she's stuck in the air for about 4 years after. So if you're not literally on top of her as she comes out of the ground and you get pushed back, you can, like, as Cassidy, all it is just dink, 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 gone. So it's not too bad. Next up is Widowmaker. Widowmaker. She's just balanced. Like, there's nothing wrong with Widowmaker. She needs to charge her headshots to get full kills. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to say? It's Widowmaker. She's kind of boring. She's just the traditional sniper in this game. But alright, next up is Anna. Screw the sleep darts. They hit me every goddamn time. Alright, sorry for that, but like, yeah, they hit me every time. Every time without fail, I get hit by a sleep dart. Every goddamn time. Every time I get hit by it. And like, they just, and it pisses me off. They just sit on top of you and wait. Like, the only thing I can do while playing Cassidy when that happens is the second that I'm unsleeped, I stun, headshot, roll, and do my L2 where I shoot all 6 of my bullets really fast. That's all I can do, and just hope that I hit enough to kill them. It's so frustrating. She's so good with a character like Symmetra. Like, I had a Symmetra Anna just sitting on top of each other earlier today, and every time that they killed me, they teabagged me while I was playing Cassidy. Obviously, I can't do anything against that. I switch to Sombra, and I 1v2 them every single time, because what I do is that I hack the Sombra, curse the Anna, kill the Sombra, teleport to the Anna, kill the Anna. Or, sorry, virus the Anna. But yeah, you know what I mean. Baptiste. The only thing that's good about him is the immortality field, and that's two-shottable. Two-shottable. She's fine. Bridget is A tier. She also has the bugged armor like Rametra. These two both have bugged armor. They take way more damage than they should to kill. So she's really good right now, but if it weren't for that, she'd probably just be imbalanced, because she's good but not outstanding. But yeah, she's just bugged right now, like some of the other, like Rametra. I don't know why it's only these two that are bugged. Other characters that get armor aren't bugged, but these two in particular are bugged, and they take way less damage, and it's so hard to kill her. She is a support that heals and plays like a tank that does decent damage. I played a game against a Bridget where she had 10k damage, and the highest person next was 6k. And the entire time we were trying to kill her, like, we would have a 4-man target on her, and we just couldn't kill her. And skill issue is one thing, but it's like, she has one healer on her, and she's impossible to kill, because the second that she hits that armor, we do no damage to her. But alright, next up is Alari. A lot of people put Alari and Baptiste together. I can't. I think Alari is way better. Her healing turret is really nice as a Sigma or a Reinhardt, where you're really slow, So the fact that you're almost always in range for it, and she can go heal your other teammates, your DPSs, your other supports, whatever, while you're still being healed by the turret. Granted, it's not the best healing ever, but getting the extra, like, say, 20 health a zap is nice. It helps a lot. But alright, we're going to the next character, Juno. S tier. Now, I was debating putting her in A tier, but she's way too goddamn good. She does a lot of damage. She heals a lot. She has great combo potential. Her ultimate, which makes everyone invincible or practically invincible, kind of like Zenyatta's. Like, it's a worse Zenyatta ult, but not really, because it also increases player speed. She's just really good. She's, in my opinion, she reminds me of Kiriko, but better. She's just a better Kiriko, in my opinion. Except Kiriko doesn't increase speed, but she does the damage and the heals like Kiriko. She can increase speed. Her ultimate's kind of like Kiriko's, except it doesn't increase your attack speed. It's just really good. And speaking of Kiriko, that's the next person up. Probably my favorite support to play, because I just find her really good. Her little orb that she throws at whether it's yourself or your teammates to cleanse them and heal them a bunch, and her ultimate are all really good, but nothing about her is broken. She is really goddamn easy to kill. Her kunai are hard to hit. Her heals aren't like overpowered. She heals pretty fast, but not so fast that you feel like you can't out DPS her. Kind of like how it feels when you're playing a Moira or a Zenyatta or a Mercy that heal, or a Lucio that heals. Next up is Lifeweaver. I think he's garbage. I'm gonna be completely honest. He is the easiest support for me to kill in the entire goddamn game. Not a damn challenge. Nothing. Not a damn challenge. Lucio. I have nothing to say about him, by the way. The only thing that's good about him is Tree, and that's it. Lucio, I was thinking about putting him in A tier, but no, he's balanced. You know what, actually, I'm going to do this. I think that Lifeweaver needs some serious changes to make him good. And I think I'm going to do that to Baptiste, too. Just so that way it doesn't seem like I'm super biased as a Cassidy main, even though I really am. Even though I'm really not, because he is quite garbage right now. He got way too heavily nerfed. But, well, like I was saying, Lucio, good. Frustrating to play against. His ultimate's really frustrating, but he's also really easy to pick off. So if you can pick him off, the entire team goes to shambles, because they just rely on his either speed radius or healing radius that he has. But yeah. He does solid damage, solid heals, but not the best at either. Mercy, I will always say this. I know she technically isn't, but I think she's the best healer in the game. I should say she's the most consistent healer in the game. I don't know why I put her in A tier. She's balanced. She doesn't need any changes. She is perfect the way she is. Like, nothing about her seems unfair. The only time that it seemed unfair to fight her is when my entire goddamn team ignores her when she's rezzing and I'm reloading, so I can't kill her. But yeah, Moira. I love you, Camden. Moira needs a nerf. Desperately. Moira should not be dealing more damage than DPSs. No support character, no tank. No, they should not be dealing more damage than DPS. But I've had games with a Moira where they have like 4,000 more damage. People have the same amount of kills, same everything, but they will have thousands more damage than me. Just because damage orbs, the ultimate, all of it is just no bueno, no bueno, no bueno. And I'm putting Zenyatta also in A tier. I think Zenyatta's ult is what really needs to be changed. I think he should be able to make people invincible, but he should be vulnerable. Okay? This sounds like it's going to completely nerf him, but hear me out. Why let him just sit there and make people invincible? Like, what, 7 seconds? 5-7 seconds? I think that he should need to play around his tanks and stuff more, so he can't just sit there and keep everyone invincible. It should be like High Noon or Genji. They need to play around their characters. He should be vulnerable. He should be able to take damage when he invincibles. A lot of times I will shoot him without thinking. I'm like, oh, I'll be able to kill him. No, you can't. You just can't. You should be able to. So this is my tier list. Obviously, I'm biased in casting, but I think relatively so. All of these characters are subject to go up and down in the SWAT, except for Diva. Except for these four. These four need to stay up here. But every other character can go up and down the SWAT. Every character, A to D, can go up and down the SWAT. Nobody's going up and down S tier. This is the S tier. It's exactly how it should be. These people are way too powerful, need severe nerfs. These people are really powerful. All you can do is some changes to some of their abilities. These people's abilities don't really need any changes. These people need some kind of change to increase their abilities, and these people desperately need some changes to actually make them useful more often. Obviously, I'm biased as a Cassidy main, like I said. I think most people will probably slot him in B tier, but that's because they don't main Cassidy. They play him, but they don't play him. They don't know how brutal the nerfs were to everything about him. Like, High Noon got nerfed, his stun got nerfed, his roll got nerfed, his damage, or his range got nerfed. Almost everything about him got nerfed. Like, I really hope that mid-season does some things about specifically these four characters, and at least help some of these characters, even up into B tier. It would be nice to have everybody feel like they're really good and they can always stand their own. I feel like not some characters just stomp other ones completely. But obviously that'll never happen. This is a Blizzard game. This is it's Activision, guys. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. But yeah, that's it. This is now 47 minutes long. This is one of my longest playing videos ever. I think it might be the longest. I will try to say if it is or not right now, but I will see you guys later. I am going to have to find a way to put music over this whole goddamn video.